placement and orientation. There are two terms, these are having the separate meaning. After getting selected, an employee is placed. Placed means he is assigned a specific job. Okay, he is posted in a specific unit on a specific post and he is handed over a specific job to do that, right? So this is done under placement. Okay, and what happens after placement? Orientation takes place. And what is the orientation? Orientation means just to introduce the selected candidate with the another already working employees in the organization. Okay, and familiarizing him means new employee with the rules, regulation and policies of the organization. Okay, so orientation is that process. Let me tell you one more thing about it. This orientation, generally what happens, a kind of presentation is arranged for the new employee, okay, about the company. He is informed through that presentation that what are the missions, goal, objectives of the company, for how long it has been working, okay, and right now what is the situation, what are its achievements, how many people are working there, etc. Okay, and a lot more. So presentation is given in which a new employee is introduced to his superiors, subordinates, other colleagues, etc. Okay, one more thing I wanted to tell you about it, that is sometimes this orientation term is used as a synonym to the another word, that is induction. Okay, in your books you may be finding it, orientation and induction are the similar thing. Okay, you can call them, for a layman it is similar. Right now it is not a part of his syllabus, but these are different. Induction is different and orientation is different. Okay, later on in further classes you will come to know about it, but right now the both terms can be used synonymously. Okay, orientation and induction. Fine. So what is the meaning of this? I have already explained you. Just to get new employee introduced with other employees as well as the rules and regulation of the company. Okay, and placement, in placement what happens? The selected candidate is assigned a specific job. Understood? So this is all about placement and orientation. Now let's move on to another step. So the next step is training and development. Okay, let me tell you that when a new employee is placed in an organization, his orientation is also done, then he needs training, right? He needs to know how he has to perform his job. Fine. When he is given the training, then he can perform his job in better way. One point, another. Training, it's not necessary that the training is required only for a new employee. As we know, we already learned in business environment chapter that the business environment is dynamic, right? Technology keeps on changing, upgradation keeps on happening. Okay, so it also makes necessary the training requirement. Okay, so existing employees also get the training after a certain period as per the requirement. So this training and development process goes on in the organization. Okay, let me tell you one more thing. The development is more detailed than the training. Training is there for short term and development is there for the long term. Okay, about these we will be having detailed discussions separately. Okay, right now I am just explaining in brief that training is a process of increasing knowledge and skills of an employee, right? Time and again these are arranged so that the knowledge and skills of the employee in particular field keep on increasing, right? Development is a process of learning and growth. Okay, the opportunities are given to the employee so that he may learn and grow in his life as well as for the betterment of the organization. Okay, these both involve what? Increasing of knowledge and skills as well as the competence of an employee so that he may perform his job more efficiently, more effectively. That is what the sole purpose behind training and development. Okay, so training and development is necessary for new employee as well as for the old employee. So this step of staffing goes on and on. So this step is necessary for both, okay, for new as well as the old employees, right? Because for the accomplishment of the organizational goals, we need to have expert and specialized people, and the people will become specialized only when they are provided training. Okay, say for example, the organization has put new equipment in the organization, but it has not given training to the employees how to operate it. Then what's gonna happen? Definitely the inefficiency, the wastage of resources, maybe possible the equipment also get out of order. Okay, because the employees do not know how to operate them. So before putting the employees on the operation of the machine, they need to be given the training, right? So that is why the training and development both are required. In development, what happens? The career opportunities are offered to an employee so that he may grow and improve. Fine. Now let's move on to another step. So performance appraisal, or it is known as performance evaluation. Okay, so this is what systematic evaluation of an employee against the predetermined standards and their potential for development, right? This is similar to your examination. Okay, I explain in better way. Like a student has to face various tests and examination, okay, so that his performance can be evaluated, right? Okay, similarly, an employee also has to undergo this process so that his performance is evaluated. But unlike the student, he is not supposed to appear for any examination, because his work is evaluated on the basis of his performance. Okay, he has been performing in the organization, fine. Now after a certain period, the organization keeps a system of appraisal. Okay, they may prepare a kind of form. There are different kind of ways to evaluate the performance of an employee. Okay, certain standards are already set, and these are known to the employees in the beginning. Okay, and when the performance appraisal is exercised, in that the superior is supposed to provide the feedback. Fine. So through different methods of performance appraisal, the employee's performance is evaluated. And why it is evaluated? It is evaluated in terms of promoting and transferring, okay, or giving the more responsibilities. Say for example, the organization hires the 10 employees on the similar post. Okay, now only one needs to be promoted because the next position is vacant now. One has to be promoted. Now who should be promoted? That will be decided as per the performance appraisal. Okay, whoever is performing better means he deserves most. Thereafter, he will be promoted. Understood? So this is done for that matter. Okay, performance appraisal, and it is very much necessary. The different organizations have different procedures and methods for evaluation. Okay, some organizations apply formal as well as informal means to evaluate the performance of the employee. Okay, there is one 360-degree appraisal system. I would like to explain you that. There are various methods, but one method I am explaining you. The other methods you will be learning in your further classes. This is one there for your example. One is called 360-degree appraisal. What is 360 degree? The circle, right? Okay, this is 180 degree and this is 180 degree. 180 means 360. How 360? Understand? This is our employee. Okay, and here his superior and here his subordinate. Okay, here are his you can say public being. Okay, or here we can say his colleagues, right? Now see, okay, if the organization has set that kind of system, okay, that certain points will be given by superior, certain points will be given by subordinate, certain points will be given by public or customers, we can say, okay, and certain points will be given by colleagues. Okay, so it will be called 360-degree appraisal system. Understood? So this is also the way to evaluate the performance. There can be other methods as well that you can study through different sources just to enhance your knowledge. Okay, So it was all about the performance appraisal. Now let's move on to another step. So next step is promotion and career planning. See, every organization must encourage its employees to grow and to utilize its full potential. Actually, what happens when an employee joins an organization, then he is not able to utilize his full potential. He is able to utilize his full potential only when he is provided the ample opportunities for career advancement. So organization has to plan the career of the employee so that the employee can think about his long-term benefits and future. Okay, so that is there in the long-term interest of the employee. Because if an employee is not getting promotion after serving for many years in an organization, then he feels dissatisfied. And in that case, he would like to resign. Okay, he would like to leave the organization and get joined to another organization in which he is getting higher authority or promoted post. Right? Okay. So for getting the growth in the career, promotion is an integral part. Okay, if an employee joins on a particular post after a few years of services, what happens? He expects to be promoted. Okay, so organization must have certain kind of system and policy for that. Okay, so that a person may get promoted. Okay, so promotion is what? Promotion is the advancement of an employee in the management hierarchy. Right? He joined as supervisor, now he is middle level manager. Okay, or various posts can be there. Say for example, a person joins as a sales executive, later on he becomes team leader, and thereafter he becomes assistant manager under marketing department, and later on he becomes the head of the marketing department. So in that way his career is planned. So organization needs to inform the employees that if you keep on achieving your targets, then in these many years or in this a short period you are going to achieve this position. So his career path is already decided. The avenue has been provided by the organization to the employee so that he can move on to that. So his roadmap is very much clear to him. Okay, so promotion is very much necessary. Okay, and promotion is generally accompanied by salary hike, okay, higher status, more job responsibilities, and greater prestige in the organization. Okay, so all these somewhere prove that the company has done the career planning for the employees. Understood the point? Okay, so this is also there under staffing. Now let's move on to another step. So this is the last step of staffing process, but last not the least, this is very much important one. Why? Because everything revolves around money, right? It talks about that. Okay, see, the financial benefits play a very important role in attracting as well as retaining an employee in the organization. Okay, and for the same, the managers of the organization need to have a sound compensation policy. What does the compensation mean? Compensation means all forms of pay or rewards given to an employee in exchange of rendering his services. Fine. So whatever services an employee is providing to the organization, in return the organization is paying the price of it. So that price is known as compensation. Okay, and let me tell you one more thing, that this compensation can be there in two forms. One, direct financial payments. Okay, means salary, wages, incentive, commission. That is what the direct financial payment means, which comes in terms of money. Okay, but there is the another way also to provide the compensation, which is known as indirect payment. Okay, indirect payment means, say for example, an employee has got rent-free house. He is not required to pay the rent, so that is also the benefit. Okay, that is non-financial benefit, but it is the benefit. Okay, that will also be counted in compensation. Say for example, somebody has got free car from office. He has got the driver as well, for whom he is not supposed to pay the salary. Okay, maybe possible the person who is working in an electricity department, his electricity bill is waived off. Okay, that is the facility. If somebody is working in a restaurant, then he is provided free meal. So that is the facility. So all these facilities, perks, non-financial incentives come under this category. Understood? So when we talk of compensation, it includes both financial as well as non-financial. Okay, that is why I told you that it means all pays or rewards given to an employee. Right? So the organization has to plan its compensation policy very meticulously. Okay, and its policy is influenced by obviously financial strength of the company, okay, and the salary offered by the competing firms, other companies which are dealing in the same organization. If they are providing more salaries, then definitely the employees would like to join their organization, not your organization. Understand the point? Okay, as well as the rules framed by the government. Government has framed rules regarding the wages as well. One act is applied here, Minimum Wages Act. Okay, for laborers and all. They cannot give wages less than that which is decided as per the provision of the Minimum Wages Act. So government procedure is also followed. Okay, apart from that, there are some trade unions, they also bargain sometimes in the matter of salary. Okay, so they have to listen that as well. Okay, and company may have its own policy as well. Okay, so the compensation policy has to be decided, okay, very carefully, so that the employee should retain in the organization for a longer period. Okay, because it has been observed in most of the organizations, what happens, the employees leave just due to one point, that he is not getting the salaries as per his qualification and capabilities, right? Okay, after a certain period, everybody wants some hikes in his salary. So there has to be a proper system in the organization. Okay, then there should not be any kind of discrimination in that case, otherwise the employees get dissatisfied. Okay, so compensation is very much important. So in this way, the process of staffing gets completed, right? The very first step, we started with estimating manpower requirement. We have to see that how many and what kind of employees we have right now and what kind of employees we need to hire, right? So estimation has to be done. Thereafter, we will go on the recruitment and then selection, and then selected candidates will be placed and the orientation will be going on, and then they will be provided training and development will go on for a longer period, and then their performance will be evaluated, and according to that they will be promoted, their career will be planned, and the compensation will be set. Alright, so in that way the staffing process gets completed. So it was all about that. Very soon I'll be meeting you in the another video with the another concept related to the same chapter. Till then, thank you, bye bye.